In this video, we are going to continue with revision exercise 10. You will find this on page 468 in the Namibian AS-Level Mathematics textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Now, in the previous video, we looked at 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to look at number 4 and 5. And it starts like this. Prove that, and it starts again with a proof, that this side, the left-hand side, is equal to the right-hand side. So let's start. Number 4a. I repeat, it will be very good if you first do it on your own and then stop the video or continue with the video. Okay, so it's up to you. Or if you maybe just get an idea and then try to finish it on your own and then continue with the video. Okay, let's start. So it's going to be sin squared 2 theta, and then it's cosec square theta minus sec square theta, and that's equal to 4 cos 2 theta. Okay, I'm going to start again with the left-hand side. More complicated also. And I always first write it down. So it's sin squared 2 theta bracket cosec square theta minus sec square theta. Okay. And now, what am I going to do now? I'm going to first, remember that's 2 theta. Can you recall? So otherwise, I hope it's going to be a bit faster. No, it's still not faster. I want to just take you to my... So let's quickly look. In this case, it was 2 theta. Okay, I will just double it. But this is going, there it is 2 sin A. Do you see there? And it's going to be double that. So it's going to be 2 sin A cos A. But because it's squared, I will just take that and square, put it in a bracket and square it. But it's coming from that. So, okay, let's just go back. Okay. So basically, I'm just going to put that double angle in. And it's going to be 2 sin theta. Remember, if you work in theta, keep with theta. If you work in x, keep with x. Okay. Cos theta. And I square. So due to that square. And then I'm going to take this one. I want it in terms of sin and cos. So it's 1 over sin square theta minus 1 over cos square theta. Okay. Now, I'm going to multiply. Now, this is one term. So, luckily, so I can just say 2 times 2 is 4. And then sin square theta cos square theta. Okay. And put a bracket. And then I can make, just to make this also one term, I make the denominators the same. So, I multiply with cos square theta, cos square theta. Multiply sin square theta, sin square theta. And I'm going to get cos square theta minus sin square theta. And that's going to be over sin square theta, cos square theta. Okay. Now, because this is now one term, it's almost like it's over 1 and there's a multiply. Can you see? Excellent. So this is cancelling with this. This is cancelling with this. Okay. So what am I left with? I'm left with 4 and now I'm left with cos square theta minus sin square theta. Okay. Again, I want you to take you to my summary page or the formula sheet. Let's just see cos square A minus sin square A. Do you see that? And that is equal to what? Cos 2A. Okay, so let's just go back. Again, it's taking a little bit long, but it's all right. So it's 4. Can you remember the identity I showed you? So it's cos 2 theta. And then I can say, oh, this is excellent. It's equal to the right hand side. And that's how you do number. Because I have everything, I'm going to make space because I like working in this space, keep on working in this space. Okay. Then number B. Now I say to you, as soon as they will say the word hinge, it means that A must help you. So they say for theta between 0 and 1, solve the equation this. Now do you see that this is the same as this, meaning I can substitute that. But start with by first writing the question down. So first saying is number I, sin square 2 theta cosec square theta minus sec square theta is equal to 3. Okay, now I can substitute there for cos 2 theta is equal to 3. And then I can basically just, okay, I'm going to show you, and this was for me interesting, that this question can be done on 2 ways. And I wanted to do it both ways with you. Okay, so I can divide by 4. Then I have cos 2 theta is 3/4. And then I just think of chapter 4. How did we solve that? Now in chapter 4, how did we solve? Can I just see quickly again? It's between theta. Where is this? Theta is between 0 and 180. Okay. So to make 2, I times 2, I times 2, I times 2. So 2 theta is 0 and 360. So now it's a revolution. So now I can just bring this. I say, where is cos positive? Cos is positive here and here. And then I get my basic angle. And how do I get my basic angle? I press shift cos, make sure you're on degrees, 3 divide 4. And I get my basic angle is 41.41 to 2 decimal places. And then, because I'm starting with the angles, I say 2 theta is just the one in the first quadrant. So it's 41.41 degrees. Or I can say 2 theta is 360 minus 41.41 degrees. And as soon as I divide by 2, I'm going to get this one 20.7 degrees. And if I subtract and I divide by 2, I'm going to get 159.3 degrees. Okay, I said I want to show you that you can do this sum on 2 ways. The last part. So let's see. I write here or. Okay. I could have keep to this statement here. Okay, let's just go. It was 4 cos 2 theta equals 3. That was a double angle. Do you see? Now in the place of that, I can go to the property, which is also cost. It's always taking a little bit long, but I want to show you either on the formula sheet or here. If I take it like this. Okay, there. Do you see? If I have cos 2, the one with cos, so what is this one going to be? It's 2, do you see? 2 cos square theta minus 1. I'm going to use that property. Okay, let's just go back. Then it's taking a little bit long. I think I must restart my computer. Okay, but basically, I'm going to put 4, and I put that, and I say 2 cos square theta minus 1, because now I'm trying to get only 1 theta, not 2 theta. Okay, so I multiply, I get 8 cos square 2 theta minus 4 equals 3. Now I try to simplify this, and I say cos square theta, and this is 3 plus 4, it's 7, divide, so it's 7 over 8. And again, chapter 4. Now it's just a square. But remember, the original theta was just between 0 and 180. Because now I'm in theta, not 1 theta. So, if I'm making a sketch now, I'm going to block out this. And where is cos positive and b? Oh, I forgot. Can you remember chapter 4? So it's cos theta, it's plus minus the square root of 7 over 8. So it will be the cos is positive there and cos will be negative there. And I do exactly the same. I first get the basic angle. It's not the same because I'm now in cos. So press shift cos, square root, bracket, 7 divide 8, close the bracket. And what do you get? 20.70. Okay, it's just because I'm just going to press it again. So it's shift cos, square root, bracket, 7 divide 8. I just want to tell you I didn't have the full. It was 220.704, and that's why it stays a 0. Okay, and now I can say, okay, then theta is 1 decimal place, okay, or theta is 180 minus that 20.7, and that will be 159.3 degrees. And I want you to conclude by showing you this. Do you see? Exactly the same. So it doesn't matter if you do it on this method or if you do it on this method, both answers will be correct. Okay, let's go on. Now that was the first one, number I. Now I'm going to do the second one. And again, I'm going to make space. Okay, and I'm going to make a little bit bigger. You can just read better. Okay, now it's going to be number 4, B, and the second one. Find the exact value. Now let's start again with the statement as we did in the previous one, because it's still hinged. I must still use this to help me. So I'm starting with this statement, the proof, okay? I just want to show you. So if I start there, so it's sin square 2 theta, and then cosec square theta minus sec square theta, 1, 2, 3, 4, cos 2 theta. Okay, now I look at this 15. Now, because I see 2, 2, and I want 15 here, do you agree? If you compare, it's actually that part. So, say for example, I'm going to substitute in the place of theta 15 degrees. That's what I'm doing. So then I'm going to get sin square 2, and there's my 15. Continue. Cosec square, theta, what is theta? It's 15. Because remember, I'm heading for this. And then sec square 15. And that's 4 cos 2 50. Okay. And now, whatever I did it the whole way through. Now, what am I ending with? Sin square 30. Now, just get that incorrect. And then I still have my cosec square 15 and my sec square 15 and my 4 cos 30. And what did I say to you? I said when you get 30 or 60 or 45, always go to your special triangles. So here is my special triangle. It was an equilateral, and now I just fill in. This was 2, this one square root 3. That one is the full one, so it's 60, the half one, so it's 30. So if I say sin 30, what is sin 30? It's a half, do you see? So in this place of sin 30, I can put a half, and don't forget to square. Okay, and then I go on. Cos square 15 minus 6 square 15, and it's 4, and now cos 30. What is cos? It's going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. So it's square root 3 over 2. Okay. Now I'm getting a quarter here, and I have cosec square 15 minus 6 square 15, and put it over 1, so it's 2 square root 3. And then I times 4 times 4. So I have cosec square 15 minus 6 square 15. And then if I times with 4, I'm going to get 8 square root of 3. And what was the question? Find the exact value. So that is the exact value. That's how you do number 4. Okay. Let's look at number 5. Now, the nice thing about 5, and you will see now if I'm reading the question, it's in radians. It's always good to be able to switch between the two. And how do I know that? How do I know it was in radians? Because I read. I say express 5 cos theta minus 2 sin theta in the form, oh, this is our formula, where, and then I see, as soon as I see pi, the interval is in pi, calculator radians, work in radians. Okay. And then give the value of the acute angle correct. And we did it in the previous videos. So we will just start. Remember, it's not on the formula sheet because they give it to you. They say 5. I'm just going to use another color. 5 because it was question 5. Cos theta minus 2 sin theta is equal to r cos theta plus the acute angle. Okay, now as I said, actually I love this sums because it's doing, everything works out so nice. You just do it. There's your compound angles, and I'm going to do it long again. So it's cos theta, okay, and then I'm continue with this one, cos alpha, opposite sign minus sin theta sin alpha. Okay. And that is going to be r cos theta cos alpha minus r sin theta sin alpha. And then I form my equations. Can you remember? There's cos, cos. So I have 5 is equal to r cosec the acute. That's equation 1. And then 2 is equal to r sin, and that's equation 2. Okay. And then I'm just going to say equation 2 divided by equation 1. So it's going to be, okay, I'm going to be a bit shorter here, but no, let me, just for this video's sake, keep to everything. Over r, oh, no, cos. Sorry, I don't know why I wrote cosec. Okay, I pick it up now. So cos alpha, and that's going to be 2 over 5. So cancel. So tan the acute angle is 2 over 5. Make sure your calculator is in radians. Okay, so radians. So press on your calculator. After it's in radians, shift tan bracket 2 divide 5 and make the angle they set to 4 decimal places. So 0.3805. Because final answers must be correct to in radians to 3 significant figures. And this is 4 significant figures. But they set here to you. Correct to 4 decimal places. Now actually they just asked this. But in the next question I'm going to need the value of r. And this is why I'm continuing by finding the value of r. And how do I find that? I take 2 and I square it. And I take 1 and I square it. And that's what I did. So it's going to be 5 squared plus 2 squared. And that's going to be r squared cosec. Why do I want to write cosec? It's cos the acute angle plus r squared sin there. Okay. So this is 25 plus 4. And remember, you take out r. Doing it a little bit long because it's flowing so nice then. And then it's going to be cos square alpha plus sin square alpha, which will be 1. And then r is actually, it's going to be the square. It's plus minus square root of 29. But because r is bigger than 0, which they indicate to you there, can I just go a bit back? R is bigger than 0. Do you see it there? And that's why it is plus minus, but you just take the positive option. Then you can end this nice ending and say, therefore, 5 cos theta minus 2 sin theta equals the square root 29 cos, and it's theta plus 0.3805. Okay. I think if you're doing this, you can, because I don't know why they didn't ask the value of r, maybe, but because you need it here, and maybe they will give it to you in this question. So basically, you could have stopped there with this question. Let's rather, because just answer what they ask. I think it would have been good that you then start with B here. So you can stop with A there, start with B there, get this, because now they say using your answers from Praat, solve the equation. And it's to this. So let's just write it down. And now, look what they give you. And don't get confused. It's going to be 5 cot theta minus 4 cosec theta is equal to 2. So it's 5 cos theta over sin theta minus 4 sin theta is equal to 2. Now, do you see you have, so put this over 1, and then basically what I do, I multiply with sin theta. Okay, all the way through. But basically what happens, just I'm going to get 5 cos theta minus 4 equals 2, and here comes the sin theta. And then I'm taking it over, and I have 5 cos theta minus 2 sin theta is equal to 4. Okay, and why did I show you to you this? Because do you see now that this is the same as this? And I'm just having the 4, because now I can go for this statement. In the place of this yellow, I can substitute that. So I can go and say, okay, then square root, let's get the pen correct, of 29 cos theta plus 0.3805, and that's equal to 4. And then I do 29, and then I have cos, it's not necessary that I did this. Okay, what was it? It was between 0 and 2 pi. So it's not going to have an influence here. So it's, I just want to see if it was bigger. So it was, just get that pen correct. Bigger than 0, smaller 2 pi. Okay, so basically I just add the 0 point, but it will not have an influence on this sum. Okay, so let's just go for my sketch. Here is my sketch. And I say, where is cos positive? And cos is positive there. The reason why I said it was not having an influence, I'll show you as soon as I have the basic angle. If I work out the basic angle, so remember you must be in radians. So shift cos bracket 4 divides square root of 29, close the bracket equals. So the value is 0.7, make it 4 decimal places or 4 significant figures. Okay, Now the reason, if this one, say for example, this one is 0.7336. So that blue one was, say for example, there. And then you just start there and you go around that little bit again, and it's not influencing this too. Can you see that? So basically, you can just end your question by saying, okay, theta plus 0.3805 is equal to the first one, the basic angle. We'll now finish it off, and then theta plus 0.3805, remember this is 2 pi minus that 0.7336. And now I can just simplify and subtract that and make it to 3 significant figures. So it's 353, you can say radians, or you can use the little c, not both. Okay. Okay, and then the next one, so don't forget, say 2 times pi minus this, 0.7336 minus that, so theta, again 3 significant figures, 5.17 radians, or you can just write the little c. And that's how you do it, because the question was, can I just repeat the question? Using your answer, solve the equation. That means find the value of theta. And this is how you do the revision exercise. But if you struggled with this, I would advise you go back to the videos, go back first and still practice a lot of sums and then try to do the revision exercise again.